Hello friends, my name is Raza Masood. Today we'll discuss about a topic, Pareto chart. Friend, this is a very important topic with respect to project management or PMBOK, project management body of knowledge. So this is a very important topic. We will see this topic in detail with respect to project management. And friend, if you are a student of project management and studying project management in any university, or you are planning to give exam of PMP, so friend, this topic is very important and you will definitely see this topic in the exam. At least 5 to 6 questions you will definitely see in the exam which are related to Pareto chart. Also, if you are a professional project manager and working in any organization as a project manager, so again this topic is important for you to understand that what is Pareto chart and how we can use it in our professional and practical life. So friend, first of all I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. Pareto chart. Friend, if you just see these two terms, Pareto chart. Chart means that it's a graph. It's a graphical representation of data. So Pareto chart means that it's a graph. We are right now talking about a graph. So Pareto chart is a graph that indicates the frequency of defects or an event as well as their cumulative impact. Pareto charts are used to find the defects to prioritize in order to observe the greatest overall improvement. See friend, here Pareto chart is nothing else, it's just a graphical representation of data, and it indicates the frequency of events, you can say defects as well as their cumulative impact. So friend, Pareto chart is just a graphical representation of data to indicates the frequency of defects as well as their cumulative impacts. So friend, just remember one thing, that Pareto chart is nothing else, it's just a representation, a graphical representation of data in which we represents the frequency of an event as well as with their cumulative impact. See friend, here whenever we have to analyze some data, we want to analyze some defects, we use the Pareto chart here. Pareto chart shows you indicates the frequency of defects with their cumulative impact. So this is called as Pareto chart. Pareto chart indicates the frequency of an event with their cumulative impact. See friend, here whenever we are analyzing some defects, we are analyzing some problems, we use the Pareto chart. Why Pareto chart? Basically friend, it's easier for us to represent the data in graphical form because it's easy to understand, and whenever we want to depict some problem, some area of issue, so we use the Pareto chart. So friend, Pareto chart is a graph which indicates the frequency of defects along with their cumulative impact. Okay, so Pareto chart is nothing else, it's just a graphical representation of data to show the frequency of an event or defect with their cumulative impact. Now friend, when to use the Pareto chart? Basically friend, this is very important to understand. Pareto chart is we use whenever we are analyzing data about the frequency of problems or causes in a process. Okay, whenever we have to see that what are the problems are occurring, what is their causes, what are the frequencies, so we use the Pareto chart. Then when there are many problems or causes and you want to focus on the most significant one, then we use the Pareto chart. See friend, here we have lots of issues, for example lots of causes. For example, in your company you have noticed that most of the resources are leaving on a frequent basis from the company, and you want to analyze that what are the reasons that why resources are leaving. So you can use the Pareto chart here. Pareto chart basically it depicts the we use it whenever we have multiple problems and we want to focus on a most significant one. For example, if many resources are leaving from the company, and you use the Pareto chart to analyze the problem, it can depict that, for example, resources are leaving from HR department, resources are leaving from software division, from accounts division, from the designing department, accounts department as well. So you have analyzed that most of the resources are leaving from software division. So you can analyze that most significant reason or most significant department from which the resources are leaving are the software division. So now you can focus on that reason, so you can focus on that division, so that you can understand the issues and analyze it and solve the issues. When analyzing broad causes by looking at their specific components, when communicating with others about your data, for example, you have to represent your data, your analysis to senior management. So instead of making detailed PowerPoint presentations, you can use the graphical representation of Pareto chart to represent your findings, your analysis to the senior management, because in this way it will be easier for them to understand the topic, the issue, and after analyzing, and they can take the initiative, they can take the corrective action to solve the problem. See friend, here Pareto chart is a graphical representation of data. Whenever we want to analyze the problem, whenever we want to analyze the causes of problems, we use the Pareto chart. The most significant problem area can be identified using the Pareto chart in the graphical representation. When we know that this is the most important significant area of pain in which issue is occurring, so that we can focus on that particular area region, and we can take the corrective actions accordingly. So Pareto chart is very important to analyze the frequency of problem causes, and also whenever we have multiple reasons of issues, multiple area of problems, and we want to focus on the most significant one so that we can solve the issues, so we use the Pareto chart here. So friend, remember one thing, in the exam they will never ask you to draw the graphical Pareto chart. They will ask you the question, they will give you scenario, and you have to select the right option according to your concept, according to the right concept. Okay, now I just want to show you a very simple Pareto chart here. See friend, here there are bars are there, and there is a line representation as well. This is a Pareto chart for defects in shirts. Like for example, defects in buttons. This is the types of defects, and this is the frequency of occurrence. See, buttons defects are around more than 20. Pocket defects are around 15% occurrence in frequency. Collar defects are around 10. Cuff defects are around more than 5, and sleeve defects are around less than 5. Okay, so if you see from here, if and this is the cumulative percentage here, this is the cumulative percentage. So friend, if you see from the graph, you can easily understand and notice that most of the defects are occurring in the button defects. So approximately 90% defects are coming in the button defect region, the button due to buttons. Then the second one is pocket defects. More than 60%, you can say around 62% of defects are due to pocket defects. Okay, so friend, in this way you can analyze the reason, and also you can analyze that the bar, this is the bar, and bars are arranged in the descending order. Types of defects are in the descending order, like from highest to lowest. So friend, from this graph or from this Pareto chart, you can easily understand that most of the problems and issues, frequency of occurrences is in the button defects, then pocket defect, and then collar, and then cuff, and then sleeve. So the most of the issues are occurring in the button defects region, button defects. So you have to focus on it accordingly and take the action accordingly, so that you can analyze the problem and take the corrective actions accordingly. Then friend, what is the procedure? Friend, Pareto chart is a combination of bar graph and a line graph. Bar usually represents a type of defects or problem. The bars are presented in a descending order, and the line represents the cumulative percentage of defects. This line is basically represents the cumulative impacts of defect. This line is the cumulative defects, and these are the bar charts. These are the bar lines. Bar are the types of defects, and line is the cumulative impact of defects. So friend, just try to understand the main concept of Pareto chart here. Pareto chart we use to analyze any defects, any problems, causes, issues, and the most important significant area of problem can be highlighted easily in the Pareto chart. Once we identify the most significant area of issue, we then can take the initiative, we can take the corrective action accordingly. So friend, thanks a lot for your time, and that's all from my side. Thank you.